Welcome back, dear students. So now we continue with the next part of the chapter P block elements. Okay, group 14. So in the last lecture we have seen group 13 elements. Their characteristics: atomic radius, ionization enthalpy, electropositivity, oxidation states. Okay, so I hope you might have revised that particular topic. So now we have the last part of the chapter, that is group 14 elements. So group 14 elements, the first element is carbon. It's carbon, that's why it is called carbon family. Okay, general electronic configuration is NS2 Np2. Okay, general electronic configuration is NS2 Np2. Okay, so these are the members of carbon family. First of all, carbon itself, and then silicon, germanium, tin, lead with their atomic numbers. Okay, so mostly all these elements are occurring in combined form, but carbon is obtained in the native state. Native state means what? Free state. Native. Okay, so carbon is obtained in the native state. And remaining, mostly the remaining element they are obtained in the combined state. So carbon in the native state means you already know free state of carbon. Coal, koila, okay, then diamond, then graphite. So carbon is occurring in the free state in these forms. Okay, so after knowing the atomic numbers, next step already you know now what you have to do. The first characteristics is writing down the electronic configuration for all these elements. So you have to practice at home. Write down the electronic configuration following the F-Bau's principle. F-Bau's principle. Okay. So continuing with the remaining characteristics here. The first one now will be atomic radius. So already we know that down the group from top to bottom atomic radius increase because number of shells are increasing, atomic number is increasing, number of shells are increasing, so atomic radius will increase. Okay, but if we compare the atomic radius of group 14 elements with group 13 elements, then the atomic radius of group 14 elements will be slightly less. Atomic radius will be less, small as compared to 13 group element, because the nuclear charge is increasing. Because nuclear charge is increasing, more number of electrons are present in the outermost shell. In the same shell, electrons are added, so nuclear charge will increase, that's why atomic size will slightly decrease. Okay, now the second characteristic, ionization enthalpy. So again we know down the group, as the atomic size is increasing, number of shells are increasing, okay, ionization potential will decrease, very easy. Okay, because nuclear charge is decreasing, that's why ionization potential will decrease. But comparing the ionization potential of group 14 elements with group 13 elements, what will happen? Ionization potential will increase because nuclear charge is increasing, okay, as compared to group 13 elements. That's why they are having slightly higher ionization potential as compared to group 13 elements. Electropositivity will decrease automatically because as you move now along the right hand side, okay, automatically electronegativity increases because nuclear charge is increasing, electropositivity will decrease. Okay, now these are the two main characteristics of group 14 elements. In that, first one is allotropy. Okay, so the very important and unique element carbon, okay, showing its allotropic form, and you know different allotropes of carbon: diamond, graphite, fullerene. Diamond, graphite, and fullerene. Okay, so these are the allotropes of carbon, and they show allotropy. And one more very important characteristic, catenation. So what is catenation? Catenation means chain formation. Chain formation. Okay, these elements, they have the property to get self linked with each other, and they form a continuous chain. Okay, they form a continuous chain, and that property is called catenation. In the word catenation, okay, caten itself means chain in chemical language. Okay, caten means chain. So they form chain, and that is one more very unique property for these elements, for example carbon. Now we start with the chemical properties. In that, first one, hydride formations. Okay, hydride formation. Okay, for that we have to take SiCl4 plus lithium aluminum hydride. Okay, lithium aluminum hydride will react with silicon tetrachloride, and we get silicon hydride. Okay, and we get silicon hydride, which is also called as silane. Okay, and lithium chloride, and then aluminum chloride. And here we have the crystal structure of silica. Okay, this structure you have to diagram, you have to practice at home. Okay, diagram you will practice at home. Silica means silicon oxide. Okay, silicon oxide which is present in sand. रेत जो होता है, रेत, बालू, रेत में क्या प्रेजेंट होता है? सिलिका, SiO2. So here we have the crystal structure of silica. Okay, silicon oxygen. Okay, so this you have to practice at home. Okay, PDF of course you will be receiving for all these concepts. Okay, same PDF. Okay, what I have written on the board, the same PDF you will receive, and you have to revise properly. Okay, so after this, the pattern of the chapter you know now. Okay, then you have to study anomalous behavior of carbon. What is meaning of anomalous behavior? Means in spite of belonging to the same group, carbon is behaving differently than the remaining elements. That is called anomalous behavior. Okay, so for anomalous behavior, that you can read at home, any doubts you can ask. Okay, then we have the allotropes of carbon diagram. Diamond, graphite, fullerene. Okay, so we have all these allotropes of carbon diagram. You have to practice, which can be asked in exam. And then the amorphous forms of the carbon. In that we have coal, coke, wood charcoal, animal charcoal. All these, okay, different forms you have to study. Read out. It's a biological aspect. Okay, just read and you can understand. Now, in the same way, when you follow the pattern of the chapter, now we have some important compounds of carbon and silicon, and I told you in this particular compounds what you have to study: the name of the compound, the molecular formula of the compound, preparation methods, two preparation methods, to make chemical properties and uses. Okay, so all this part you have to practice nicely. Okay, reactions you have to write and study. Theoretical part you can just read out, it's very easy to understand, not that difficult. Okay, so some important compounds of carbon and similarly some important compounds of silicon, same way you have to practice. Okay, compounds of silicon, silica, okay, the name of the compound, molecular formula, preparation method, then chemical properties, and then uses. So this pattern you will follow. Okay, and this will wind up our chapter. So please practice at home, read out all these paragraphs, okay, and my PDF which I am going to send. Okay, practice nicely at home, and any doubts, just put your doubts in the group. Okay, then I will solve your doubts. Study nicely. Okay, so that will be all for today. We'll continue next time. Have a nice day. Thanks.